And do you have any other children?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that child live with you right now?
Yes, ma'am.
And you also have a temporary order that orders you to pay for that child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I pay for my stepson too, but he don't count.
And if his what he had to pay went up that much, he wouldn't be able to make it in his home. But
Who cares about
I
me,
don't know what
right?
else to say.
Don't assume that Ms. Bronzito is going to tell me something real important because you don't think it's appropriate to say in public. She can't do, by law, she's not allowed to do that. And so she won't do that. So if there's anything important, please say it, and please say it before I make my ruling.
Who is their father?
Jeff Clinton Arrington.
And back in December of 2017, was he ordered to pay child support?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he ordered to? He was not ordered to pay at that time medical at that time. Is that correct?
Correct.
He was ordered to maintain health insurance at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How are the children covered for health insurance now?
I have them on my health insurance through my job.
Now, and for medical, how do you have medical and dental?
Yes, ma'am.
And is your cost all merged into one cost, or do you have separate costs for medical and dental?
The medical and dental are together. It's just one cost for both.
Okay. And how much is that per paycheck?
It's per paycheck $145.90
Okay. And how often do you get paid?
twice a month.
So that would be roughly $290 a month.
Yes, ma'am.
How many people are on that
3.
insurance? And who is that?
Myself, and then Seth and Victor. Sorry, I call him Sebastian.
Okay. You and the 2 children.
Yes, ma'am.
So that roughly comes to your cost for medical and dental. It comes to $193 a month for the 2 of them.
Yes,
Does
ma'am.
that sound correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any safety concerns with your address being placed in the court order?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry, ma'am, did you answer?
Yes, ma'am. I said no, ma'am. That's
Okay.
fine.
Just make sure you say it out loud so we can hear and that the recording can pick you up.
Yes, ma'am.
At this point, I would pass this witness.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
I would call Mr. Arrington. Oh, will you please state your name?
Jeff Clinton Arrington.
Your Honor, at this time, I would offer the pay record in this case.
Okay. Do either of you have any objections to me looking at and entering the pay record as State's Exhibit A?
No.
No.
I'm going to admit this as State's A.
Now, Mr. Arrington, you were ordered to pay child support. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you've gotten a little behind. Would you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
But you're working on trying to catch that up.
Yes, ma'am.
As of August 31st, 2023, it shows that you owe a back amount of $10,441.23 as of August 31st. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, ma'am. It was
Do you-
like 11,000 something last month.
Okay. So it's going down right now.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a steady income where you're working?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have insurance available through your work?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how much exactly that's going to cost you?
Roughly around, I want to say on the low side of 150.
And you are willing to put your children on that health insurance and dental insurance?
100%.
Okay. And do you have any other children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
1 biological.
And does that child live with you right now?
Yes, ma'am.
And you also have a temporary order that orders you to pay for that child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, let me ask you about your income. Do you have a paycheck stub that you can look at?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how far was your last paycheck? What was the range from when you were paid through when through when?
So I would have to go back and find it again. I don't remember the dates that I gave you. One second.
Does it sound like September 9th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is the gross income on that paycheck stub year to date?
Gross is gonna be 2,076.
No, your year to date.
For the whole thing.
Yes.
I think it was like 49,609.75. I believe it was.
And that would have been through September 9th of this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you get paid by the hour?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you make an hour?
I was trying to correct you earlier because I went back and looked at it. Right now, it's 29.64.
And obviously from looking at this, you're making some overtime. Would you agree?
No, ma'am. That's what I was trying to correct you before. I gave you the wrong pay amount earlier. I said it was 27.50, but I was mistaken, and that would account for what y'all see as overtime.
Okay.
Because I'm 29.64 instead of 27.50. So 29.
So that's roughly
29.64. Yes, ma'am.
times 40 hours times 52. Would be $5,137.60 gross per month. Your Honor, I would pass this witness.
Okay, neither of you actually said if you want your insurance or if you want the other party's insurance or why. So I'm going to give you both a chance to explain that because I don't like to base this purely on money because I know there's a lot more to insurance than just out-of-pocket monthly costs. And I don't know if that's at play here or not. So Ms. Treviso, do you have a preference on who provides insurance? And if so, why?
I originally had made it to where I was taking care of the insurance because I had more steady work. Like I have had my job forever. So I just kept so that they would never go uninsured. So I was covering it. I am not opposed to their dad covering it if that works better for him, as long as they have insurance is all I'm concerned with.
And the cost doesn't sound that different between you two, if I heard correctly. And that was on the low side, you said 150 a month, sir. So that's not that different than 193 a month. So sir, do you have the same question to you?
No, I don't have anything else to say.
Do you have a preference on who provides insurance?
Nope.
So you're okay with her continuing to provide it?
Yes, ma'am. Don't matter. As long as the kids are taken care of, that's all that matters.
And Ms. Bronzito, do you have anything further?
I have some calculations, Your Honor.
Okay.
The calculations at 40 hours a week, that comes to a $5,137.60 with just a straight 40-hour gross.
Mhm.
And if we were to, I don't know how much you would put in there for insurance, but if we put $193 in there for insurance, child support would be $915 a month. That's giving him credit for one other child. I know that Mr. Arrington had said to me if his insurance had gone up and if what he had to pay went up that much, he wouldn't be able to make it in his home. But
Who cares about me?
I don't know what
right?
else to say. I don't know what to say, Your Honor. I just wanted to put that out there since he did voice that concern.
Your Honor, can
Yes.
I make a statement?
You may, and sir, you have one other child or two other children?
You talking to me?
Yes, sir. How many other children do you have besides?
Yeah,
the
I have
ones-
one other biological child that I pay for.
Okay, so just one other child.
I pay for my stepson too, but he don't count.
Okay, so you have one other biological child under 18. Okay. Yes, Ms. Treviso, you may say something.
I was gonna say,
Mhm.
I am fine with him not reimbursing me for insurance. I've been covering it for this long and I'm really not trying to like cause the worst situation for him. I know that it's a large increase as it is. So if that continues to where I'm paying for it, I'm used to it. It's not something that's out of what I've been doing. And I'm really not trying to make life extremely hard on him or his family outside of ours.
Just so you're all aware, without the insurance reimbursement, his child support would be $958. And I guess let me know if you get a different number, Ms. Bronzito.
Comes to $958. Yes, Your Honor. We would leave the recommendation for the payback on the back amounts within your discretion, Your Honor. Only the last thing is that court costs we would request by March 31st of 24.
Prior order. Does anyone else have anything else they'd like to say?
No,
No,
Your
ma'am.
Honor.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to find there's been a material and substantial change of circumstance since the prior order in 2016, as well as it's been over 3 years and the child support will differ by more than 20% or $100 each month. So I'm going to modify the child support and I will set it at $958 each month beginning October 1st of 2023. And I'll order that Ms. Treviso provide the insurance for both children through her employer. And per her agreement, I will order $0 cash medical.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to confirm and order a child support judgment against Mr. Arrington. Sir, are you still with us?
Yes, ma'am.
We've lost your camera.
I turned it off.
In the amount of $10,441.23 as of August 31st of 2023. And I'm going to order that he pay that back at a rate of $70 each month.
On top, is that on top of the 900?
It is in addition, yes, sir. Beginning October 1st of 2023. That $900 will step down when there's just one child before the court. And this will step up accordingly. I don't know how old his other child is, so I can't calculate that for you.
My other child is 5.
She's younger.
She's younger, okay.
I'll factor that in, Your Honor.
It looks like it would go down to $745 for one child. And then that payback, if it's still due, will increase correspondingly to that amount.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
And then I'll order that Mr. Arrington pay court costs by March 31st of 2024.
How much is that?
I do not know, sir. Liberty County bills for pleadings that are filed and for service papers and such. I don't know how much that is, sir. You'll have to check with Liberty County.
All right.
Okay, the Attorney General's office will draft an order based on my ruling today, and then they'll be sending it to me to review and to sign off on. And they'll be sending you a copy for your records. So unless anyone has any questions, you are all free to go.
No, Your Honor, no, that'll be all. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
That one was a little,
Don't assume that Ms. Bronzito is going to tell me something real important because you don't think it's appropriate to say in public. She can't do, by law, she's not allowed to do that, and so she won't do that.